So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things already rolling. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, over the years I've seen some great defensive leaders, and this guy, Ruben Dias, lives up to all of that, especially the way he just dictates where he wants his teammates to be positioned. Just always seems to have that picture, and when it comes to passing, he pretty much just leaves that to everyone else.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. That's a sharp pass. That is good alertness. Spread out to the left. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Quality ball. And it's Schneider. Rodri. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's gone for goal. And that's a throw-in. Probing pass. No luck with that dink over the top. And he's in on Luis Suarez! Goal! Ajax! And Ajax take the lead. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Ajax clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. And that is out of play. Goulet. Vitinha. Now it's Luis Suarez. That has not gone well. Ruben Dias.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
So shot a goal! And it's in! They are purring, truly purring!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So that's two. Tries a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Kane is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. That's where it came from. Suarez on a hat-trick. What do you think that'll mean to him, Jim?
I think it'll mean a huge amount to him. The way he's been playing, I fully expect him to turn his 2 goals into 3. His appetite has been brilliant, and he totally merits a third.
He looks a really hungry player right now. Elise. Almost half an hour in now. The message is clear. None shall pass. Looking for the run. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Elise. Now it's Cruyff. Threads one in. Shot could be on. Ah, he's given it. He's having a shot! Yes! And they're threatening to fly away here. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency. Look, and that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We are just getting started. Cafu has been included in the starting lineup. Does he have a key role to... It's Roberto Carlos! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Carlos actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
That has been knocked clear. And here's Messi. Decent chance! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And he's taking no chances there. And he's cut it out. And now a sudden chance to counter. Played down the flank. Prachuap have their second corner now. Maradona! Kante with the clearance. Threads one in. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, they can break here. Looking to play him in. And this is Luis Suarez! Suarez, he just has something. That is a gem, an absolute gem. They're level in a trice.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Ajax restore parity.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can...
And Messi! Messi! Genius! A finish of true class! And again they hit the front. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Prachuap leading now. And this is Pele. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, football is a simple game, complicated by footballers. Why doesn't he slip that to the right?
Looking for the run, and that could set him on his way.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Looking for options for movement. He's picked his way through. Has crossed into the middle. Oh, what a... Neymar!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper is very relieved.
Now this could be a chance. There's a sharp little ball here. That ball looks a good one. Pele finds himself offside. Cafu looking to hit the byline here. Oh, great leap! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Roberto Carlos. Now it's Luis Suarez. Cruyff. Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And this is Luis Suarez. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Roberto Carlos is the guilty party there. Conte. Schneider can see things others simply cannot. Schneider! Oh, nice, just not quite.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
That's been cut out, well played. Now that looks a decent ball. He's found a way through. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Neymar with a real chance here. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Neymar! 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 One on a type! He's brilliant! About as smooth as it gets. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Prachuap go up by 2 and are looking good. There's the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Suarez is offering a wry smile there.
This possibly the last play of the half. Neymar kept aware, and it is reclaimed. And for the first half, that is that. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Just a quick request today for everybody to please kindly remove any cars parked on the road outside the stadium.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
And he shoots! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. That was a given. It always was.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Oh no, this does not look good. He is through here. It's Maradona! He's kept it out just.
Spirited to say the least. Certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
And it's Cruyff. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Rijkaard. Now it's Pelé. Look at the space. And a chance! And that's in. They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. A momentary lapse, merciless, and that's it. Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We are just getting started. Cafu gets the nod here. Anything we should note about him, Jim?
Well, when you've got the pace that this guy has, Peter, he's got to set his design on getting behind the opposition defence. And should he achieve that, then it's all going to come down to the quality of what he can supply to the box.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Oh, he's having a go! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that...
He's going for goal! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Rodri. And it's Snyder. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Pele. Oh, he's bustling through here. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Zanetti charging forward down that flank. Flings it across. Keeper's dealt with that. And the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. First quarter of an hour gone. Ajax are looking to go forward now. So we're still where we started right now. Zola. Zanetti eases the ball away from him. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Neymar. Played into the box. Oh, well played. Has a look and plays it forward. Nice looking ball. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's free, he shot, surely! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Luis Suarez. He's in! It's Luis Suarez! Sensational from Suarez! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. So smooth. A signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Ajax have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Oh, Schneider! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Suarez might just make this. Rodri.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he...
It's Schneider! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Now it's Luis Suarez. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Zola. Good purposeful running this. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Kante did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He had a chance for a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cleared without hesitation. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He has a look up. Neymar! Oh, split-second reaction.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Zola.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Ajax come in leading by just the odd goal.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Ajax are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. So off we go again. Ajax leading courtesy of the game's only goal.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Knocks it into space. Tries to play it through. Picked out brilliantly. And that is well cleared. There will be a throw-in. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Cross in, looks like a good one. Cleared away. No, again there's no way through. Now it's Neymar. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Heading backwards. And here's Zico. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Rijkaard defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Schneider showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Zanetti. Ajax are still that goal to the good. Goes for goal! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And it's Schneider. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, the movement is... Well, that's clear-cut. It's a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
And here's Dembele. Oh, important interception.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Neymar, very much a man of this moment. And this is Neymar. He's picked his way through. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settled for a riskier approach now to defend this. Look, this is so frustrating. Passing.
It's Pele! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. And now they can spring out of defence. Nice interception, well timed. And he plays one through.
backs surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
It's a good run he's making out on the left. And here's Ibrahimovic. He goes for the shot!
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal.
That has been knocked clear.
El dorsal
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And here's Yamal.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's a cute ball. Nicely worked. Fermin! Brilliant from Lopez! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line.
Gol de la llave.
He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 22
So we have movement on both
será
benches.
reemplazado por el
Ajax
dorsal 5.
are sitting
Cambio de
pretty,
jugadores.
2-0 up.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They play.
That's a quick free kick. Pelé. Zanetti. Yamal. Rijkaard. And this is Zico. It's Zico! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end. Yamal! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So their fourth corner of the game. Ajax have the chance to go the other way. Jordan Henderson. Neymar proves just a little bit too strong.
Habrá 4 minutos de descuento.
Zico, nicely aimed pass. Del Piero venturing down the left. And here's Yamal. Roberto Carlos has the space to scheme.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Ball's out once more. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And the referee brings it to a close. Ajax can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally. All round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So straight into the action. Which in Marcus Rashford's best position has been something that's up for debate for quite a while. What do you think?
Well, I don't think he's a pure number 9. He doesn't have the physicality for that. He's not a target man either, Peter, so as the player himself has said, along with a few of his mentors, his best football comes from that left-hand side, whether it's isolating fullbacks or drifting in towards the middle.
He's gone for goal! It's hit the upright. Has a look and plays it forward. It's a lovely, neat pass. Pass somewhat off target. Alexander-Arnold. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now this could be a chance.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Rashford! No, not the best of headers. Xabi Alonso gathers from the goal kick. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Musiala going face-to-face with his great rival.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Looking to play him in. He's got away. Crosses it in here. Defending of the desperate variety. Hakimi just loves to go forward whenever he can. Ajax are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That's very neat. And they've got a throw. Dembele's delivery. There's the shot! Deftly away. Alexander-Arnold did well to generate such power, the mark of the player he is. Now he's got space here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Ajax clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Aimed beyond the defence. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Perilously close. Engages and forces him off the ball. Cannavaro. Now it's Neymar. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
Portugal definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Pinches it off him. He's a sharp little ball here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Cafu makes a move down the right. Played out towards the right wing. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's having a hit! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Portugal are looking to go forward now. Now it's Rashford. Always onto this. He's picked his way through. Shot a goal! 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. And it's Musiala. Ambitious ball here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Oh, they could break here. Cruyff. Schneider. And he's decided to go for it. Schneider! Brilliant!
Well, who saw that coming? I honestly thought, Peter, that we had nothing to do apart from just counting the clock down as we approached half-time. It was majestic.
You could play for any team, in any league, in any land in the world, and you would never strike a ball more purely than that.
That's a great hit, but you've got to question why the defence didn't do a better job in trying to close it down.
And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Ajax just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Ajax can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Real chance! They've played it short. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Corner number 2 then. Cafu is there and he can get that clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a promising position. He's shifting through the gears here. And the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Ajax have their second corner now. Keeper's dealt with that. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. It's come to nothing. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
That pass just didn't quite work. Dembele looking for the run. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Tries to play it through. Kvaratskhelia showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Cafu looking to pass their way up the pitch. A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
It's gone for a throw-in.
No outsmarting him this time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's in a great position here.
Portugal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
That is a brilliant interception. Threads one in.
Takes a shot!
It's bounced back off the post.
So, Jim, what do you... That's a foul, no two ways about it. No second thought, a straight red card.
Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Substitution.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Coming on to replace him is number 20, Ibrahimovic. Substitution in progress.
Looking for options for movement. He is through here. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all round.
Schneider with a real chance here. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion.
Schneider!
Not a bad try by any means. Valverde. Now that's well seen too. The most accurate pass. Dembele. Nicely weighted ball. No joy this time.
Dembele clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And he cuts out the supply. He can run onto that.
Ibrahimovic! Oh, and that should have been two.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Dembele. And here's Valverde.
Portugal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And that's going to be a booking.
Substitution for Ajax. Number 14,
So we have movement on both benches.
Cruyff. Number 22, Schneider. Number 8, Gullit. Number 17, Cafu. Coming on the field, number 10, Desiree Doué. Number 15,
Frustratingly
Gomez.
close.
Number 6, Conte. Number 27, Silvestre. Substitution.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score.
Goes for goal!
Number 3 coming up. And now they can spring out of defence. Goes for the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Doué really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Chance here to counter. Great defending, strong and determined.
Ajax really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
There will be 3 minutes.
Lewandowski, brilliantly cut out.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Valverde. And that will be the final act. Ajax have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. So there is the trophy-laden Frank Rijkaard, the essential piece in one of football's unholy.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now, can they get him away? Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
And we have our very first corner. And the shots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cruyff, somewhat off target. Shifted it to the flank. Beckenbauer. Bastoni. Kimmich. Zanetti. And it's Sneijder. And now the breakaway. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Ajax clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must...
Sneijder! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Beckenbauer. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
And it's Kimmich. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Tries from a long way out. Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
And he goes cross-field. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. That's really well manoeuvred. Rodri. Good running, strong and purposeful. He's being urged to shoot. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's looking wide. Now it's Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Spread it left. Now it's Neymar. Yamal. Looking for options. It's Drogba! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
The most accurate pass. Takes the shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. That's an excellent interception. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now it's Hullet. Can he get it through?
He'd be disappointed with that.
Cleared without hesitation. Rijkaard. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Hullet. And this is Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. There's the cross-field ball. That has ended up in no man's land. Hullet. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Messi. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Yamal is always looking to play quality balls. Lewandowski gets flagged offside. Over to the right flank. There's a sharp little ball here. Lofted in. Towering header! He's delivered all right!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
It was a great header. The invitation takes a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Deftly away. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Yamal. Oh, Red, nice interception. Defending was strong and firm. That has not gone well. Now he's off and running.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Cruyff. And it's Rodri. Cruyff! And that brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Ajax currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, facing... applies the finish! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Rijkaard. Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
That was lovely, that.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Bastoni gets it away. Stood up well to him there. Tries to play it through. And a chance! And there's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there. But you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Davids. He's found a way through. Long ball looking to counter. Distributed tidily. Yamal gets his head on it! Lewandowski is flagged offside.
Substitution for Ajax. Number 14.
Ajax choosing to make the first change. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
Swings it. It's rising! Bomb header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
And now they can clear their lines. Swung over. Yamal looking to be a menace in the final third. It's Lewandowski! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Now it's Messi. No way he was going to let him past. Now he's got space here. And he's there to belt it away. And here's Suarez.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
He's had a shot!
Beckenbauer is there to clear. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Luis Suarez! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And for a moment, time stood still.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Kimmich clears. And this is Luis Suarez. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Kimmich kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he's quick to return it. Muscular approach does pay off here.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Substitution for Ajax, number 8, Gullit, number 9, Suarez. Coming on the field, number 6.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Oh, good take and a good hit. It's Neymar! He would have been quick to recover this. That's a sharp pass. It's a really well-measured ball. Yamal, he's got away.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's Messi. Vermeer. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Spread to the right. Rodri with the foul. Now the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Substitution for Ajax, number 5.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of
Coming on to
changes.
replace him is
Bastoni.
number 24, Alsen.
Shot a goal! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Drogba
Certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Just eases him off the ball. And that's it. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Ajax.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. And looking down the list of names, it does look, Jim, as though it's going to be a 5-3-2.
Well, a reinforced rearguard, Peter, and a compact midfield probably suggests that they're focusing much on giving very little away. I think if you commit to that, then you really can't afford to concede, because it clearly demands a quick change in approach if you do, which isn't always easy, because in the build-up to this, believe me, they'll have been working principally on organisation and shape in training, and it's not easy just to suddenly come out of that.
Played out wide. Drills one in.
Luis Suarez! And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, played right into his path. And it's Roberto Carlos. Spread to the right. Cafu gets into a good position.
Ibrahimovic!
Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Nice bit of trickery. Very nicely done. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And here's Suarez. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nice physical challenge. Now it's Neymar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0.
It's Luis Suarez!
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Ajax with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Keeper's dealt with that. Referee's given a throw. Messi, very much a man of this moment. And here's Cruyff. And no, he's seen through all of that.
Cruyff really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And he was quick to react. Delivered in. Well timed, excellent interception. Cafu. Messi. Looking to play him in. And this is Messi. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Good chance here. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Cruyff. Driven in. And it's hoisted clear. Neymar. Can he get on the end of this? That looks a good ball through. Oh, that's a key interception. Gattuso. The pass has gone astray. Rijkaard. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Cruyff. Cruyff making good progress on the right-hand side. Cafu looking to hit the byline here. Cleared without hesitation. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Showing great feet there. Ibrahimovic. And he welcomes it in. Schneider.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position. Roberto Carlos. Oh, good effort!
And no mistake. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Certain, searing, and
He's going for goal!
And we've reached half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although
Just a quick announcement.
I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
Ajax are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Cruyff. And it's Gattuso. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Schneider. Luis Suarez. He's got away. Ball's
Header! What a wonderful goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
one sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Iraq have their lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Rodri is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Messi. Ajax really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Cannavaro. And here's Cruyff. Little pass back. And it's Roberto Carlos. And that's been... And the shot! And that has fair fizzed.
Well, look at him, furious at himself for missing. Having said that, the manager applauds his effort to find that bottom corner.
Gattuso gathers from the goal kick.
Ajax may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Gattuso, the man that is tenacity personified. Roberto Carlos scooting forward. Could go all the way here. Delivered low. Now there's a probing ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And here's the chance to counter. And he's worked it through. And this is Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez!
Ajax backs really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And a header!
It's hit the crossbar.
Substitution for Iraq, number 18.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
19, Messi.
Ajax perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Gullit. Number 10, Ibrahimovic.
Threads one in,
Coming on the field, number 14.
looking to play him in.
Pele. Number 7, Ribery.
Bullet is
Number
always
21,
looking to break lines.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Number 23,
Can he latch on to this?
Adriano.
And he cuts out the
Substitution
supply.
in progress.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. Played in by terrific effort!
It's a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible and the finish unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Iraq go up by 2. Oh no, this does not look good. He's picked his way through. Oh, important interception. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.